Steady state training. Steady state training is where you get your client exercising at a continuous intensity, which is usually a continuous pace on whatever they're doing. So if they're on a bike, if they're on a treadmill, they're doing the same speed, working at the same heart rate or RPE number continuously for a given period of time. George is going to show you an example of some steady state training. So if you start moving the cross trainer, George, striding away, I believe they call it on a cross trainer, striding. And I just want you to get to where you feel at a comfortable pace. So you're exercising, your heart rate's going up, your breathing's going up, but it's quite manageable.
Yeah, about it.
Okay, now with steady state training, we just keep it here. Now there is sometimes occasions where we don't need to go hell for leather, because when we do things like vigorous training and high intensity training, interval training, Tabata, all that stuff, that type of training has to have a recovery period. We can't do that stuff every day. But with something like steady state training, we get on the treadmill, we get on the cross trainer, we get on the bike, we work at a moderate intensity and we just sustain it there. And that is great for obviously burning calories. It's great for strengthening the heart. There's so many other benefits you can get from just moderate exercise. Tempo training. Now, tempo training is very similar to steady state training, but it's a higher intensity. So what we're doing is we're working close to what we call our race pace or our lactate threshold. So where we're flooding the muscles with lactate. And the desired effect is that physically we get better at clearing that lactate, but also mentally we improve our subjective tolerance to the buildup of lactate. So we basically get comfortable being uncomfortable. Now we're going to go on to what we call tempo training. So this is actually going to be tougher. So with tempo training, we're challenging George's race pace. So we're going to get him back up to that intensity where it feels comfortably hard. So no longer moderate, George, take that intensity up. But on our intervals, with intervals, we're mixing up the pace. With tempo training, we're keeping him there. So we're at that pace where he knows he can keep going, he just doesn't particularly want to. So get yourself there, George.
Yeah, I'm there.
You're there? Okay. So we're looking at sort of 7s, 8s out of 10. Would you say you're feeling that?
7.
He's at a 7, good. So we're just going to keep it there. And this is training George, training his ability to clear lactate. So that lactate that builds up in the muscles, floods the muscles, he's clearing it. We're also training his mind to clear. Sorry, we're training his mind to clear. We're training his mind to have a better subjective tolerance to it as well. Toughening you up.
Yeah, just about.
There you go, tempo training.